Welcome to MLS Daily. Your Major League Soccer recap starts now. The pitch is quiet today, but the news is not. Match new, building momentum in the press. Eduard Löwen's late PK goal sends St. Louis City past Sporting KC 3-2 as MLS resumes. St. Louis, AP. Eduard Löwen scored on a late penalty kick to lift St. Louis City to a 3-2 victory over Sporting Kansas City on Thursday night as the MLS resumed play following a nearly 8-week break for the FIFA World Cup. Löwen scored for the second time this season to put St. Louis City 5-6-4 on top for good in the 86th minute after the club saw a 2-goal lead evaporate. The PK was awarded after a handball foul on Sporting KC defender Ethan Bartlow, who subbed into the match in the 75th minute. More than one outlet has the story. Toronto's Luka Gavran duels Montreal's Thomas Gillier to scoreless draw as MLS resumes. Montreal, AP. Toronto's Luka Gavran had 3 saves. And Montreal goalkeeper Thomas Gillier wasn't tested in a scoreless draw. Thursday night in the league's first match following the FIFA World Cup break, Toronto 3-6-6 snapped a 3-match losing streak but remains winless in its last 9 at 0-4-5. Gavran earned his first clean sheet this season in his 15th start. He had 1 save in the first half, and it came in the first minute. Gillier finished off his 3rd shutout in 15 starts for Montreal. Some fitness news. Building momentum in the press. MLS return storylines. Berhalter's future, Suns goal drought, and what's next for Messi. The league is back in play after a 6-week pause for the World Cup. We spotlight 7 players to watch after their stints with their national teams. The 2026 MLS season resumes Thursday, cleverly holding its return on the days between the World Cup semifinals and third-place game. Fans of any of the league's 30 teams will be trying to recall the state of affairs after a 6-week pause, with more than half of the regular season still to be played and the League's Cup further congesting the schedule. Building momentum in the press, Kelsy leads Timbers to 5-1 romp over Sounders as MLS returns from break. Seattle, AP. Kelsy finished with 2 goals and an assist, and the Portland Timbers thumped the Seattle Sounders 5-1 on Thursday night as the MLS resumed play following the FIFA World Cup break. Portland 5-2 earned a victory in its first match under 35-year-old interim coach Jack Cassidy after Phil Neville was let go last month following 2 1-2 seasons at the helm. Cassidy beat Brian Schmetzer, the league's longest-tenured coach, and surpassed the Timbers' previous largest margin of vict. MLS Thoughts, Cap's future in limbo, youth report, Arfsten surges, and more. According to American Soccer Now. ASN's Brian Ciaretta is here with his latest thoughts around the MLS, including his weekly youth report on U.S. youth internationals. MLS Youth Report. Hall, Miller, and Tsakiris enjoy big performances amid strong season for young Yanks. According to American Soccer Now, ASN's Brian Ciaretta breaks down the midweek for young Americans in MLS, with Julian Hall and Peyton Miller scoring big goals and Nico Tsakiris leading a San Jose turnaround. Crocker departs U.S. soccer, Yanks struggle in Europe, youth shines in MLS, according to American Soccer Now. ASN's Brian Ciaretta is here to break down the top stories in U.S. soccer, MLS, and Americans abroad. MLS, young players shining, Berhalter surging to free agency, Luna responds. ASN's Brian Ciaretta writes about the top stories in MLS, including the breakout of several young American players, including Xavier Gosso, Julian Hall, and Nico Tsakiris. MLS, youth is served with RBNY and RSL, Montreal is awful, USMNT update, and more. ASN's Brian Ciaretta is here to offer up his thoughts on the week in MLS. MLS commissioner says promotion and relegation doesn't make sense for his league for now. According to Yahoo Sports, MLS, New York, AP, Major League Soccer Commissioner Don Garber won't rule out adopting relegation and promotion, but says for now it doesn't make sense for the league. Garber, speaking Thursday at a league event in New York, said new stadiums like New York City FC's Etihad Park are among the investments that make promotion and relegation unreasonable for the league's owners. Etihad Park is set to open next July. I will say this now that I wouldn't have said 5 years ago. I never thought we'd Chan. According to Yahoo Sports, MLS, Major League Soccer's NYCFC says it wants to sign Christian Pulisic, but AC Milan not interested. New York AP, New York City FC would like to acquire Christian Pulisic to play in Major League Soccer, but admits AC Milan is not interested in selling the top American player. If you ask any of my 29 counterparts across the league if they would be interested in having Christian Pulisic on their team, I'm pretty sure you'd get 29 yeses. NYCFC President Brad Sims said Thursday at a Major League Soccer event to promote the resumption of the league's season. Would MLS from a league standpoint LL? Scotland goalkeeper Gunn signs for San Jose Earthquakes. According to Yahoo Sports, MLS. Shutrananir Nangus Gunn was Scotland's first choice at the World Cup. Getty Images and Scotland goalkeeper Angus Gunn has signed for Major League Soccer title hopefuls San Jose Earthquakes after being released by Nottingham Forest. The 30-year-old, who has 25 caps for his country, has agreed a contract until the end of the 2030 MLS season. Bruce Arena's side currently sits second in the Western Conference, 15 games into the season, only behind Vancouver Whitecaps on goal difference, but having played one game. According to U.S. soccer players, MLS Week 16 begins, and the 2026 Liga MX Apertura begins. Major League Soccer returned from the lengthy World Cup break on Thursday, starting with Montreal drawing 0-0 at home with Toronto. Montreal put 3 shots on goal to none for Toronto. Chicago vs. Vancouver is now set for October 6th due to air quality issues. St. Louis beat Sporting Kansas City 3-2 at home, going. According to U.S. soccer players, 2026 MLS All-Star squad. Major League Soccer announced the 2026 MLS All-Star roster on Wednesday, completing the 29-player squad that will face the Liga MX All-Stars on July 29th in Charlotte. The game at Bank of America Stadium is set for 8 p.m. ET on Apple TV. 2026 MLS All-Star roster, GK, Maxime Crepeau, Orlando City SC, coach's selection, Matt. How to watch LA Galaxy versus LAFC match in the USA. Live stream and TV for 2026 MLS, according to World Soccer Talk. LA Galaxy will take on LAFC in a 2026 MLS regular season match. Here's everything you need to know to watch the action live in the United States. Here are all of the details of where you can watch LA Galaxy versus LAFC on U.S. television and via legal streaming. Hula Galaxy versus LAFC What MLS 2026 season when 10:25 p.m. ET, 7:25 p.m. PT, Friday, July 17th, 2026, where Apple TV stream Watch Now, Match Overview. Playoff implications add even more intensity to one of MLS's fiercest rival. Conference standings. Here is where teams sit right now. That wraps up MLS Daily. Follow for your next Major League Soccer update.